Have you ever settled at the dinner table, gazing at a perfectly grilled plate of fish, its aroma mingling with the zesty scent of lemon and fragrant herbs? In that moment, it's natural to think, this has to be healthy, right? After all, it's fish, and everyone raves about its benefits, and generally speaking, they're not wrong. Fish is lean, brimming with protein, and those omega-3 fatty acids are renowned for nurturing our heart and brain, especially as we age. However, what if I told you that some of the most popular fish varieties, the ones we often consider nutritional powerhouses, could actually be doing more harm than good? Imagine certain fish stealthily wearing down your body, silently damaging your memory, disrupting your nervous system, and even jeopardizing your heart health, all without you realizing until it's too late. The astonishing part, most people remain completely unaware of this risk. As we grow older, our bodies lose their former efficiency in filtering out toxins, our immune response slows, and organs like the liver and kidneys have to work overtime. While this is a natural part of aging, it also renders older adults far more vulnerable to substances like mercury, heavy metals, and chemical residues, many of which lurk within specific fish species. These aren't obscure fish. They often look healthy, are marketed as premium products, and were once recommended by doctors without hesitation. But that's no longer the case. You might not consume these fish daily. Perhaps it's just an occasional indulgence at a family barbecue, a church potluck, or during your weekly dinner out. But these seemingly harmless moments add up, especially when your body becomes more sensitive to what it ingests. I'm not here to instill fear, but to issue a crucial warning. If you're over 60 or care for someone in this age group, this information could be a safeguard for long-term health. In today's video, I'll guide you through 6 types of fish that older adults should avoid at all costs. This isn't speculation. It's grounded in health research, real-life case studies, and the advice of nutritionists who are quietly urging seniors to steer clear. Some of these fish might be in your fridge right now, while others grace menus from coast to coast. Among them, number 4 is likely to be the most shocking revelation. By the end of this video, you'll know precisely which fish to avoid and why. More importantly, you'll discover better, safer, and smarter alternatives that don't compromise on taste or health. Before we delve in, I have a simple request. If you're watching because you care about your health or that of a loved one, drop a quick here in the comments. This helps me know the message is reaching the right audience. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the Golden Years Health. Every day, we share life-changing insights to help older adults live longer, feel stronger, and stay informed. Let's start exploring the 6 fish you need to watch out for, beginning with one celebrated for its flavor but secretly perilous for aging bodies. King mackerel. Picture your grandfather, the family's grilling maestro. Every Sunday, he's on the patio, skillfully flipping thick, juicy king mackerel fillets on the grill. He swears by its benefits, claiming it's great for the heart and brain. And indeed, fish can be beneficial when it's the right kind. But over time, you notice subtle changes in him. He seems more fatigued, forgets simple things like names, appointments, or where he left the remote. His hands tremble slightly as he lifts his coffee cup in the morning. At first, you attribute it to aging. But what if there's more to it? What if the very fish he thought was keeping him healthy is actually causing harm? Here's the key fact. King mackerel ranks among the worst offenders when it comes to mercury levels. Mercury, a heavy metal, poses less of a threat to younger bodies with their greater resilience. But as we age, our ability to eliminate toxins like mercury diminishes. Over time, mercury accumulates silently, eventually affecting our cognitive functions, emotions, and physical well-being. For seniors, excessive mercury exposure doesn't just mean forgetfulness. It can trigger severe cognitive decline, nerve damage, loss of coordination, and even cardiovascular stress. A common mistake people make is confusing king mackerel with Atlantic mackerel. Though they sound similar, they're worlds apart. Atlantic mackerel is significantly safer, with lower mercury levels and higher nutritional value, making it a suitable choice for older adults. King mackerel, however, is a hidden health trap, and not enough people are aware of the danger. So, if it's in your freezer or on your seafood shopping list, it might be time for a change. This doesn't mean giving up fish entirely. Opt for wild-caught salmon or sardines instead. Rich in omega-3s, low in mercury, and excellent for brain and heart health. They're not only safer but smarter long-term choices. At this stage of life, food is about more than taste. It's about safeguarding your future. One meal at a time. Mercury isn't the only danger lurking in seafood. Some fish pose a different threat, targeting the immune system and quietly weakening our natural defenses when we need them most. Enter the second fish on our list, tilefish. The tricky thing about tilefish is that you might not even realize you're consuming it. It often hides in plain sight. You dine at a nice restaurant, perhaps to celebrate a special occasion, and see whitefish or catch of the day on the menu. It sounds innocent enough, light, flaky, and maybe grilled with a lemon butter sauce. You assume it's a healthy choice, but what you're not always told is that it could very well be tilefish. A fish seniors, especially those over 60, should avoid. Tilefish caught in the Gulf of Mexico, in particular, has some of the highest mercury levels of any fish, even surpassing king mackerel. For older adults, this is a major concern. Mercury isn't just a scary concept from documentaries. It's a real threat. When it builds up in the body, it attacks neurological health, affecting the brain, balance, memory, and mood. Over time, mercury toxicity can lead to numbness, confusion, memory loss, and in some cases, symptoms resembling dementia. Making matters worse, tilefish often appears on menus as a premium option. Its higher price tag, fancy presentation, and exotic name might lead you to think it's healthy, but in this case, expensive doesn't equate to nutritious. When dining out, follow a simple rule. Always ask what type of white fish is being served. Don't hesitate, you have every right to know what's on your plate. If it's tilefish, politely decline and ask for safer alternatives like cod or haddock. These fish are mild, easy to digest, and have much lower mercury levels, giving your body, especially your brain, the care it needs. In your later years, it's not just about satisfying hunger, it's about maintaining sharpness, stability, and strength. Now, let's discuss a fish that exudes elegance and luxury but conceals hidden risks. Swordfish. Swordfish carries a certain allure. It's not a common sight at everyday meals, often making an appearance at elegant dinners, on cruise ships, or during family celebrations at upscale restaurants. It's not unusual to hear an older family member say, "I'll treat myself to swordfish today." It sounds indulgent, flavorful, and special, and in their mind, it might seem like a healthy splurge. However, what most people don't know is that this treat could be causing long-term health damage. Swordfish is one of the longest-living and largest predatory fish in the ocean. This means it spends years absorbing mercury and other toxins from the food chain. By the time it reaches your plate, that beautiful fillet could be laden with mercury. Remember, mercury doesn't simply pass through the body, especially in older adults with slower metabolisms. It accumulates, targeting the kidneys, nervous system, and brain. This increases the risk of nerve damage, memory problems, tremors, and cognitive decline. If you or a loved one has a history of kidney issues, high blood pressure, or neurological problems, swordfish could exacerbate these conditions. A dangerous assumption many make is that thorough grilling will eliminate any harm. Unfortunately, mercury isn't affected by cooking. It remains in the fish whether it's raw, baked, or grilled. If you or someone you love enjoys a rich, hearty fish, there are safer alternatives. Try trout, especially rainbow trout, or pollock. These fish are mild, flaky, easy to prepare, low in mercury, rich in healthy fats, and gentle on aging organs. It's all about making smart substitutions, trading risk for nourishment. At this stage of life, food choices are a form of self-protection. Next up is a fish you've likely seen on every sushi menu. Seafood platter. An upscale buffet. Ahi tuna, also known as big eye tuna. This one might come as a surprise, as sushi nights are no longer just for the young. You've probably witnessed older friends, parents, or even yourself enjoying a fresh sushi platter. It's a social experience that feels modern, light, and healthy. And there, front and center on the plate, is that enticing slice of deep red ahi tuna. However, the truth is that ahi tuna might not be as beneficial for your body as you think. In fact, for older adults, it poses serious health risks. Big eye tuna, like swordfish, lives long and swims deep, occupying a high position in the food chain. This means it accumulates mercury at much higher levels than many other fish. But unlike swordfish, ahi tuna is often eaten raw. Introducing another problem. Bacteria. Young, robust immune systems can sometimes handle the occasional exposure to bacteria in raw fish. But as we age, our immune systems weaken. A simple low-grade bacterial infection from raw tuna can hit harder, last longer, and be far more dangerous. We're talking about pathogens like Salmonella, Listeria, and even parasites that the body struggles to fight off. Combining mercury exposure with bacterial risk is a double blow to an aging body. Many people assume all tuna is the same, seeing tuna on a label and considering it a safe choice. In reality, there's a significant difference between types. Big Eye and albacore tuna are high in mercury and commonly found in fancy sushi rolls or high-end seared tuna steaks. While they taste delicious, the risk is real. On the other hand, skipjack tuna, often labeled as light tuna in cans, is much safer. It's lower in mercury, more affordable, and easier to portion. If you or someone you care about loves tuna, opt for canned light tuna. For seniors, limit consumption to no more than 2 servings per week, and choose cooked tuna over raw whenever possible. This simple change can go a long way in avoiding hidden health threats. Now, let's turn our attention to a fish that's not only a grocery store staple but also popular worldwide. Farmed salmon. You've likely seen it neatly wrapped fillets with vibrant pink flesh, often at a discounted price. It's easy to think, what a steal, salmon is healthy. After all, however, what the label rarely reveals is that not all salmon is created equal. Farmed salmon, especially from countries with lax regulations like Chile or parts of Southeast Asia, may carry more than just protein and omega-3s. Farmed salmon are raised in crowded underwater pens, where thousands of fish are confined in tight spaces and fed pellets made from low-grade ingredients. These conditions create an ideal breeding ground for diseases and parasites. To prevent outbreaks, the fish are often fed antibiotics, and in some cases, chemical colorants are added to make the flesh pink naturally. It would be gray, but the problems don't stop there. The feed they consume is frequently contaminated with PCBs, polychlorinated biphenyls and dioxins, toxic industrial chemicals linked to cancer, hormone disruption, and immune system damage. Imagine the impact on an elderly body, already more sensitive and vulnerable. These chemicals can trigger inflammation, worsen arthritis, and strain the heart. Many still believe salmon is salmon and assume they're making a healthy choice upon hearing omega-3s. The truth is that farm-raised salmon can do more harm than good, especially with regular consumption. The solution: look for wild-caught Alaskan salmon. It's cleaner, leaner, and richer in naturally occurring omega-3 fatty acids. Caught in pristine waters, it avoids many of the chemical risks associated with farming. While it may be a bit more expensive, investing in your health or that of your loved ones is always worthwhile. Finally, we come to the last fish on our list, one that may evoke strong emotions. Imported catfish. Picture your grandfather in the kitchen, frying up a batch of crispy catfish just like he's done for years. It's a cherished weekend tradition, a family favorite. The aroma alone brings back memories of happy times. But what if I told you that imported catfish could be putting him at risk? The issue lies in how imported catfish, especially from parts of Asia, are raised. These fish often come from unregulated farms with poor sanitation and questionable practices. Antibiotics and chemicals are used to control diseases, but many of these antibiotics are banned in the US due to their links to antibiotic resistance and long-term health problems. When a senior consumes catfish from these sources, they may be exposed to drug-resistant bacteria that their weakened immune system struggles to combat. Remember, what might cause mild stomach upset in a younger person could lead to serious illness, hospitalization, or worse in someone over 65. People often choose imported catfish because it's cheaper, more accessible, and easy to buy in bulk. But this low price comes with a hidden cost. For a safer option, opt for use-farmed catfish. American fish farming standards are stricter, ensuring better water quality, regulated feed, and limited antibiotic use. And regardless of the source, always make sure catfish is fully cooked. Well-cooked catfish reduces the risk of bacterial infection, especially for those with slower digestion or chronic illnesses. Comfort food should bring comfort, not danger. Now that we've explored these 6 fish older adults should avoid, it's time to reflect on the implications for your well-being or that of someone you care about. Behind each fish on this list is more than just scientific data. It's about protection and preserving quality of life. Meal by meal. Seeing a loved one unknowingly make choices that harm their health is disheartening. Maybe it's your mother who thinks she's eating healthily with salmon, or your grandfather enjoying his weekly fried fish. They're trying to do the right thing, continuing their usual habits, but these small, daily choices could be gradually leading their health astray. You notice the signs: they seem more tired, forgetful, and prone to illness. You wonder if it's just age, but sometimes, it's what's on their plate. This is a pivotal moment for change. It's not about fear or guilt, it's about empowerment. Now that you're informed, you have the knowledge to identify risks and make better choices. This knowledge allows you to gently guide your parents to healthier options, help your spouse make wiser grocery selections, and check restaurant menus out of love, not fear. Love in our later years manifests in actions like checking labels, asking where the fish comes from, and suggesting trying new foods. You don't have to give up fish or your favorite dishes, just be more intentional with your choices. Opt for wild-caught varieties, choose fish low in mercury, and select options that support your body. Even small changes can lead to years of clearer thinking, stronger bones, healthier hearts, and better sleep. Isn't that what we all desire for our later years, and for those we love? Let today mark the beginning of change. Tonight, check your fridge, read the labels, and take one small step based on what you've learned. Maybe replace Big Eye tuna with canned light tuna, swap farmed salmon for wild-caught, or simply have a conversation at the dinner table about making smarter food choices together. Change starts with small, mindful steps in the right direction. Remember, no matter your age or health history, you have control over your health. Better choices lead to better days, and it's never too late to start. Caring for yourself or a loved one involves more than just medicine and doctor's appointments. It's about daily actions, including what you eat, what you know, and how you act on that knowledge. These seemingly small things can make a world of difference. To summarize, here are the 6 fish older adults should think twice about before eating. King mackerel, deceptively unhealthy due to high mercury. Tilefish, often hidden in restaurant dishes and harmful to the brain. Swordfish, elegant but dangerous. Ahi tuna, a sushi favorite, risky for older immune systems. Farmed salmon, problematic because of its farming conditions. And imported catfish, cheap but potentially hazardous. Each may seem harmless at first, but as we've learned, they pose unique risks to aging bodies, from mercury accumulation to inflammation and dangerous bacteria. When you're older, with a slower immune system and more sensitive organs, these risks are significant. I want to hear from you. Have you or a loved one been regularly eating any of these fish without knowing the risks? Was one of them a staple in your household? Share your stories, questions, or favorite safer alternatives in the comments. Let's learn from each other and grow together. This isn't just a video, it's a community. If this information has helped you even a little, please give it a thumbs up so it can reach others who need to know. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Golden Years Health. Our channel offers daily, practical advice on aging well, staying informed, and caring for yourself and your loved ones with wisdom and intention. We cover everything from nutrition to mental health and lifestyle choices that make a big difference. Whether you're here for yourself or for someone you cherish, you're in the right place. Before we end, thank you. Thank you for caring about your health and that of others, for your curiosity, and for choosing knowledge and action over fear and uncertainty. Your informed choices today pave the way for a better tomorrow for you and your loved ones. Stay wise, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and be well from all of us at the Golden Years Health.